Low, by Charles Hoyfort, Part 1, Chapter 14F. But the outstanding phenomenon of this period was the revival. Liverpool Echo, January 18th, Wales in the grip of supernatural forces. This was in allusion to the developing frenzies of the revival, and the accompanying luminous things, or beings, that had been reported. Supernatural is a word that has no place in my vocabulary. In my view, it has no meaning, or distinguishment. If there never has been, finally, a natural explanation of anything, everything is, naturally enough, the supernatural. The grip was a grab by the craze. The excitement was combustion, or psychoelectricity, or almost anything except what it was supposed to be, and perhaps when flowing from human batteries there was a force that was of use to the luminous things that hung around. Maybe they fed upon it, and grew, and glowed, brilliant with nourishing ecstasies. Sedated upon astonishing growths of plants, when receiving other kinds of radioactive nourishment, or stimulation. If a man can go drunk on God, he may usefully pass along his exhilarations to other manifestations of godness. There were flares where they'd be least expected. In the big stores, in the midst of waiting on customers, shop girls would suddenly, or electrically, start clapping hands and singing. Very likely some of them cut up such capers for the sport of it, and enjoyed keeping hard customers waiting. I noticed that, though playing upon widely different motives, popular excitements are recruited and kept going, as if they were homogeneous. There no understanding huge emotional revolts against sin, without considering all the fun there is in them. They are monotony breakers. Drab, little personalities have a chance to scream themselves vivid. There were confession addicts who, past possibility of being believed, proclaimed their own wickedness, and then turned to public confessions for their neighbors, until sinful neighbors appealed to the law for protection. In one town, a man went from store to store, returning things that he had not stolen. Bands of girls rode the streets, rushing earnestly and mischievously into the more sedate churches, where the excitation was not encouraged, singing and clapping their hands, all of them shouting, and some of them blubbering, and then some of the most sportive ones blubbering, compelled into a temporary uniformity. This clapping of hands, in time with the singing, was almost irresistible. Some vibrational reason. Power of the rhythm to harmonize diverse units. Primitive power of the drum beat. Special trains set out from Liverpool to Welsh meeting places, with sightseers who hadn't a concern for the good of their souls, vendors of things that might have a sale, some earnest ones. Hand clapping started up, and emotional furies shot through Wales.